Hi, I'm Gary.
I'm Pat, and we're the Barley Boys. Here we are today down in southeast Vancouver, visiting one of the newer craft breweries in town, and glad it's here because we live in this area and it's nice to have something in this side of town finally.
You bet, Pat. As you know, there's a craft brewery revolution going on right now in BC, and you may have heard that there's a lot of craft breweries out there, and you may not have heard of them all, and so that's why we're here today down at Dogwood Brewing in South Vancouver. They're doing a lot of amazing things with craft beer.
8284 Sherbrooke Street, southeast Vancouver, 2 blocks west of the Nice Street Bridge and 1 block south of Marine Drive. And we're going to be spending some time today with the owner and the brewmaster, Claire Wilson.
Let's go in and meet her.
Exactly. Let's do it now. I'm here with Claire Wilson, owner and brewmaster at Dogwood Brewery. Hi, Claire.
Hi.
So, I'd just like to know a little bit about your background in brewing, because this is your baby, and what have you been doing in the past?
So we started this business, and we opened the tasting room about 2 months ago. But previous to starting this brewery, I've run other breweries for other people for the past 14 years. I did a degree in brewing and distilling at university in Edinburgh in Scotland, and I've worked for tiny little micros and huge international breweries in really large facilities for many years, and it's a very exciting stage now to be working for myself and being able to have complete control over the whole process.
Yeah, I'm sure it is pretty exciting. Now, you and your husband are in this venture together?
Yes, yeah. My husband Brendan is an electrician, and we're co-owners of the company.
So, most of the other breweries, the craft breweries in Vancouver, are in other locations other than southeast Vancouver. You seem to be the first one in this area. What brought you to South Vancouver?
Well, you can probably tell if you look around us a little bit that we have a lot of space. The rent per square foot in this area is a little bit cheaper, and we were looking for the specifics for a brewery are tricky to find. You need a concrete building. You can't have exposed wood. So we really shopped around. We were looking for a location about the same time as a lot of the other breweries, like Powell Street and Daggerad, and a lot of the other breweries who opened up before us, even a year before us. We were all looking at the same warehouse spaces in industrial zoned locations in Vancouver. So it was we were very happy when we found this location. It had been vacant for a while. It needed a lot of work. That's what delayed us in opening up. But this is we're happy that we've got this location.
Now, I noticed on your website that you talk about being an organic, or the first and only organic brewery in Vancouver. What exactly does that mean in terms of organic brewery?
For the customer, it means that the beers we make are, all the ingredients that go into it are certified organic. So they were grown without pesticides, no GMO, no artificial fertilizers, that it was grown in a stable way, a sustainable way, for our product and for our province. We're also local. We've decided to keep our products and our raw materials and our ingredients as local as we can. We get our certified organic hops from Lillooet, and we buy our certified organic malt, over 90% of it, from Armstrong. So we keep our certified organic ingredients. So it means that all the money we spend, thousands of dollars a month on ingredients, goes back to individuals, like farmers we actually know who are growing organic products in BC.
Terrific. I also noticed on the website you talk about being green, and that sounds like it's something that's very important for you. What exactly does that mean, or how do you incorporate that into the business model?
Yeah, so we're just starting out, so we're not by no means perfect, but we're working on striving for it. One of the decisions on being organic is also that protecting of BC farmland. So our farmers are where our hops are grown are salmon safe, and they're certified organic, and that means that they are taking care of the land that is grown on, and that the transport to us. So it's an important decision for us, where we're spending so much money on the business that it's that we're spending our money on good things and sustainable things. We're not going to, we've gone with cans because they're more sustainable. We're not going to use plastic rings to hold the cans together or snap-on caps. We're going to use recycled cardboard boxes, which they can then be recycled. Cans themselves are infinitely recyclable, unlike glass bottles, where in Vancouver, all the glass bottles that get returned to the recycle depot, they just get crushed. They don't get washed or reused. They don't get returned back into glass again. They get diverted into other products like roadways and stuff like that. So
it sounds like this has become part of the philosophy of Dogwood Brewery in terms of being green, being organic, being local, and striving to keep that as part of your philosophy, like I say.
Yeah, it's a conscious decision to think 30, 40 years down the line. Like, what are the decisions that we make today and how are they going to impact the future, and trying to make the best decisions that we can. We've just ordered some customer t-shirts, and it took a lot of work and a lot of months to be able to find an organic product that was actually made in Canada, and it's our priority, and we're paying 4 times the amount as it would cost to buy something non-organic that was made in a third world country. And then shipped here. So we're taking our part seriously.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
Well,
I noticed that you're drinking the dark beer and the boys here have the light beer. Which was that?
Who would have thought?
I know.
They can't handle it. Yeah.
So what are you guys drinking? You guys got the same beer?
Yeah, we got the honey.
Is that the favorite, or what is that? Is that the best, your favorite beer?
I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever tried any of the dark beer, the stout?
Yeah, I think I've tried them all. At this point, they're all pretty good.
He's a regular, so.
So what is your favorite, what's your favorite beer? Is your favorite beer the honey?
The honey or the fest?
Have you tried the IPA?
Yeah, the IPA is good.
It is. Do you like the IPA?
Yeah, it's not as strong as the other, regular IPAs. A little bit
Yeah.
easier to palate. Yeah,
You can drink a couple of them and
you can actually have more than one, yeah.
and not go home and have to take a nap.
Yeah.
Well, cheers. Drink
Cheers.
up. Cheers. So Pat, this is the reason we're here. All this fantastic beer, and we have Claire with us to talk about each and one of her beers that she has to offer. So Claire, let's start with the first one.
Great. So you've both got a taster rack. It's got all 4 of our core beers that we have year-round and are current seasonal at the moment. So we'll start at this end. Mm-hmm. So the first beer that you've got there is our honey. So it's a lager. It's a 4.5% alcohol. It's a lighter, refreshing beer on a sunny day. It's that honey has lots of long chain sugars which don't ferment down. It kind of rounds out the sweetness of the kind of more tart lager yeast.
it's interesting because you don't really, a lot of honey lagers, you taste the honey, but this one you don't taste it.
Yeah, it just has an accent to the beer. The beer doesn't taste like honey. The honey just rounds the flavors out a small amount.
And would you call this a session beer?
Definitely 4.5%. And session beers are typically under 6%.
Under 6. Okay.
Under 6%. So this beer is a 4.5%. So it's a light beer. It's an easy to drink beer. Yeah. So the next beer in the rack is our Fest beer. So Fest it's a Marzen style. So it's a big malty beer, low hop profile. Again, all organic. All our beers are certified organic. So this one has lots of caramels.
Wow, lots of flavor.
Yeah. So there's lots of malt flavors, and the alcohol's higher. It's 6.9% alcohol, which means it has more body and more alcohol to be able to hold some of those richer caramelly notes, but with a lager yeast, so it's got a crisper finish. So it's easy to drink and clean tasting.
And this one is, what's it called?
It's called Fest.
Fest, but it's a Marzen.
That's the name of the style. So it's a honey beer, but it's a light lager. Okay. The Fest is a Marzen style. It's a kind of Oktoberfest. And the next one is our stout. Our stout, again, it's a 4% beer, so it's a very light beer. And because we're canning, we're not doing bombers and bottles. We're doing 6-packs. And because with the 6-pack, the psychology of drinking it is you want to have a very easy to drink beer, like a really mouthful, chewy, really unusual, unique tasting beer. doesn't normally translate very well to a 6-pack. It's more suitable to a smaller pack, a large can or a bottle. So with our stout, we've gone really super clean with it. So it's got that roasty malt, really clean finish.
But lots of flavor. I get the smoky coffee coming through.
More like a cold coffee than a kind of a chewy beer.
Yeah.
So a lot of our friends who aren't beer drinkers, like lots of our female friends who do not like beer, this is their favorite beer. They love it because they're coffee drinkers. They like that roasty finish.
Now you're talking about canning. Is this one you're going to be
So
canning?
the first 4 are ones that are going in 6-packs. Yeah. Yeah. And then the last one is our IPA.
I
So
like IPAs.
our IPA is, I brought the body of the beer up really high, much higher than standard West Coast IPAs. So it's 5.9%, almost 6% alcohol, and 50 IBUs. So it's a little bit lower in IBUs than some IPAs, but still definitely in that IPA category. But I brought the body of the beer up really high to make it really balanced. So when it's really cold, you don't get a lot of the hop flavor coming through, but we can appreciate more at warmer temperatures. It means that this beer is really easy to drink. All these beers were, like, I specifically designed them for the 6-pack. So this IPA, even people who typically aren't a big fan of IPAs, are not a fan of those really overbalanced, really hoppy, like bitter, strip the enamel off your teeth
where
bitter
you're
beers.
picking pint cones out of your teeth.
Yeah, this one is. This one has that balance. It has that sweetness to make it refreshing and still get all those beautiful hop flavors.
You can drink more than a couple of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last beer is our current seasonal, which is the Red Ale. So the Red Ale was a collaboration brew brewed on March 8th, International Women's Day, all around the world. So over 50 breweries in many countries all around the world brewed the same beer. So it's a 4.5% red ale, 50 IBUs with Willamette hops. And ours is certified organic, like all of our beers. So we had brewers join us from, I had Rebecca from Cronogue join us, and Rachel from Bomber Brewing. And I had rounded up some other women who work in production locally and in the beer industry, and we got together and we brewed this beer.
So on that note, do you think being a woman brings a different perspective to beer making?
Beer making was always a traditional woman's job. It was the advent of the Industrial Revolution that changed that. So even in like South America today, like women are respected as the brewers. Like, it's not seen as a man's job or a man's role. It was when the Industrial Revolution came along and there was large machinery and brewing became a profitable business as opposed to a home industry, that it became a man's role.
Certainly, there's a wide variety of flavors here, a wide variety of bodies in terms of the beers themselves, and really enjoyable stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Claire. Well, Pat, that ends our visit down to Dogwood Brewing in South Vancouver. We had a great time visiting with Claire and Brendan Wilson. You have any comments before we say goodbye?
Just that it's great to have a brewery down here in southeast Vancouver, just west of the Ninth Street Bridge, 8284 Sherbrooke Avenue, and had an opportunity to taste the beers, and they were great.
Right, organic, sustainable beer here in South Vancouver.
Yep. So that's the Barley Boys.
We'll see you next time.